Hey guys, it's Drew here. Quick video blog. I want to give a couple comments on the events that are happening in Charlottesville. I think that's what it's called, Virginia. So basically, from what I see, a group of people organized and they were expressing their viewpoints and perspectives. Some people say it was supremacist, some people say it was racist or whatever. But they organized and they were expressing their viewpoints, okay? And it turned violent because protesters showed up and obviously the opposing viewpoints, they clashed, and predictably it turned violent, okay? Now here's the thing, all right? I am not a fan of supremacy. I'm not a fan of racism. I'm not a fan of Nazism. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. In fact, I think it's incredibly ignorant, and I don't like it personally, okay? But here's what you can't do in America, and here's what I love about America. I love the fact that despite the fact that I disagree with a Nazi's views, or let's just say somebody says I hate Nigerians, I'm Nigerian, so somebody says I hate Nigerians. I love the fact that despite the fact that I disagree with that person's views and I don't like that person's views, that I still support their right to be able to hold that view. Period. I mean, that's what America is based on. That's what America is about. I may not agree with your viewpoint, but I will fight for and I support your right to be able to hold that viewpoint. That's what it's about. Now, the problem is that so supremacy or like Nazi rallies, all these kind of things, they've been going on for years, okay? They didn't just start with Donald Trump's election, okay? All right, they've been going on for years, okay? So you could say what you want, but they went on for years, okay? Under Clinton, under Bush, under Obama, they went on for years, okay? Now, the only difference is that today you have protesters on the opposite side that show up there and they clash. They have a fight. You see, here's the thing. The left in this country, the liberals in this country, I don't have any problem with them disagreeing or voicing their opinion, even though I vehemently disagree with their points of view and their perspectives. I don't have any problem with them disagreeing. My problem with leftists is that they're normalizing violence. They're normalizing political violence. They're trying to make it illegal to be a conservative. They're trying to make it unlawful to hold certain points of views. And by basically saying that if you're a conservative or if you identify with conservative views, if you like conservative views, they make it like, oh, you hate the poor, you hate black people, you hate people of different nationalities, you hate anything else, anything that's not white Christian male, you hate. That's what they're trying to paint the conservative party as. They're trying to paint it as a group that is always engaged in some kind of racism, some kind of bigotry, some kind of sexism, xenophobia, or whatever other phobia that they come up with, or whatever other term that they come up with. They try to paint you as that. This way, they can legislate eventually against it. Meaning that if you say you're a conservative and being a conservative is attached to all these things, they can by law make it illegal for you to be a conservative by proxy. That's what they're doing, okay? And it stems from the fact that they're just liberals really believe that in their heart of hearts, okay, say what you want, but they believe that they own the government. They believe that the government is theirs. They even more so believed it when Obama was president for 8 years. Okay, he got in there. He didn't really do much, but he energized them. He made them feel like they own the government. Okay, so then Trump gets in, and they're so astonished and so shocked that other people hold different views out there, and they're so shocked and astonished that not everybody identifies with their cosmopolitan views, where they sit up in their ivory towers in New York City and California, and they talk about 28 different genders. They don't realize that there's people out here who have to put food on the table, and that's what they care about. Okay? In this country right now, the economy is starting to rebound. The GDP is growing. Stock market, I'm a little skeptical on because, when it reaches new highs so consistently, usually there's a correction in place. But in general, the economy is swinging back in the right direction. GDP growth is back. And, Trump is doing a great job with the economy. okay? But here's the issue. Here's a problem. The liberals still, despite not having a message, they still don't want him to be able to bring people together, and they're falling right into the hands of these globalist agendas that know that American prosperity and America as a country and America as a culture has to be destroyed in order for their globalist agenda to advance. And they're using the liberals to do it. They're using the liberals and their hatred of Donald Trump to do it. I saw recently that Kim Jong-un threatened to nuke a territory of the United States. Now, whether this is true or not, who knows? But let's just say it is true. And he threatened to nuke the United States. You know what liberals are doing on Twitter right now? They're trying to get Donald Trump suspended for saying that he's going to protect American territory, or he's going to answer them, you know, or he's going to respond to them, or that we're locked and loaded. You know, instead of rallying behind their president, they're saying they're rallying behind Kim Jong-un. I mean, think about that. You know, so I vehemently disagree with liberals. I vehemently disagree with supremacists. I disagree with racists on all parts of the spectrum. If you're a white person and you hate black people, I disagree with you. If you're a black person and you hate white people, I disagree with you as well. I think that people who hold these views are mentally ill. You know, that's just my point of view, because I know people from all walks of life, and I know that different people are different people. Human beings are human beings. Okay, and I know that people can pick up any culture that they want to pick up based on where they grew up and what environment they were raised in. So at the end of the day, you know, my point is that on this whole thing, this Virginia thing, I personally don't like supremacists, but they have a right to protest. They have a right to assemble. They have a right to say whatever they want. Okay, this is America. This is not a third world country where you can shoot people down. And the problem with liberals also is that they normalize and they set precedents, and then when they think that they own the precedent, they think that they own what they've normalized. No. You don't own violence. When you normalize violence, it doesn't mean you own it. It doesn't mean you own it. You can monopolize violence for a short time, but not forever. And it doesn't mean that you own it. Okay? When you normalize violence against people for speaking their free speech or for utilizing their free speech, you normalize it against yourself. Because what's going to happen when you put up, now that you've normalized violence and you've drawn the line there, people are like, okay, well, now we can be violent because they're violent. So now we can be violent. You know, and then it just turns the society into a shithole. It turns the society into a place that nobody wants to live, nobody wants to express their views, and it basically descends the country towards a third world country. Plays right into the hands of the globalist agenda. Okay, don't fall for this. Don't fall for the nonsense, and stop focusing on being black and being white and being this and being that. Just be a great person. How about that? You know, whatever happened in America where we just wanted to be great people. And we just wanted to self-actualize and achieve the heights of our dream. Whatever happened to that? Now, all of a sudden, it's about this identity politics that are pushed by sections of our government. That's nonsense, people. Just focus on being the greatest possible person that you can be and reaching your potential and self-actualizing. And you know what? You'll be better for it. People around you will be better for it. And the country will be better for it. Peace.